The Green Bay Packers receive some great news. What is that? I'm going to cover that in this video. Before I do, please hit that subscribe button for me. It means a lot, your support on this channel. That being said, let's get into it. Okay, so really a good organization, it starts with the top and the leadership from the top, and it trickles its way down. And we start talking about great leaders for this Packer organization. You got to look at Brian Gutekunst and what he has done, what he's done through the draft, what he's done through free agency, all of that, what he's done even by cutting players, freeing up, cap space that was much needed to be able to go and sign some of those free agents out there. But when you take a look at last season and the issues we had ending last season, of course, Joe Barry was at the top of that list. He goes and he makes the necessary changes in, that the Packers needed. They bring in a new defensive coordinator. It's time is going to tell with Jeff Hafley, but I love what I see. I think it's going to be a great, great, great improvement. We can't go down from where we have been at the defensive coordinator position. So I think Hafley is going to be perfect for the system. But then you start talking about injuries and taking a look at where we were at last season and just across the board. And these were important players that had to be out on the football field in order for us to be really firing on all cylinders as an organization. You look at Eric Stokes, a guy since we've drafted him has had some injuries, other than his rookie season. He had a great rookie season, sophomore. He's been hurt. And we haven't been able to see, is he the talent that we thought he was? And then you trade up in the draft to get a guy like Christian Watson, and he's been plagued with hamstring injuries. And it's like, okay, we got to do something here. Aaron Jones, soft tissue issues, hamstring injuries. We don't have him on the team anymore. We got Josh Jacobs, but that doesn't mean Josh Jacobs is indestructible because he's shown that he has, injury problems of his own as well. So the Packers bringing in a new strength and conditioning coordinator, Aaron Hill, coming in from the San Francisco 49ers. I love it. I thought it was a great move. I think the Packers did, and they recognized a problem, and then they're taking care of that problem. So they do so, and bringing in a new strength and conditioning coordinator. So what is that? What's the great news that the Packers have received? Okay, so when we take a look at Christian Watson and just how the importance of him being out of the football field, and I know a lot of people out there are just going to be like, "Hey, listen, how important is it that this guy's out on the football field?" Because we're winning games without him. And when he is out there, he's been frustrating, but that's been because the dude has not been 100% healthy pretty much since being with the Packers. He's showed signs when we've taken a look at, the games that he has been incredibly healthy. If he's not having the direct results of just the stats out on the football field, we know that at a minimum, he's drawing a double team or he's drawing safety help. So either way, defenses have to adjust when that guy is out on the football field because he is incredibly quick. He's got the size, he's got the strength. So you've got to account for him out on the football field. So D coordinators are having to do that. Anytime they see number 9 out there, they're like, okay, we've got to account for this guy. Okay. So according to Rob Domowski for ESPN, he covers the Packers. He does great. So according to him, he says the Packers passing game coordinator, Jason Vrabel, said that Watson is in a great place now regarding his hamstring issues. Okay. So you read a little bit further down in this article. It says shortly after the Packers ended the season, Tom Silverstein of the Journal Sentinel, Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, reported that Watson and Eric Stokes were visiting Badger Athletic Performance to help find a root cause to their hamstring injuries. Watson and Stokes dealt with the most significant of the ongoing issues, but hamstring injuries have become a concern across the roster, prompting head coach Matt LaFleur to rebuild the strength and conditioning staff. We talked about that in Aaron Hill, a move that has already had an impact. So how encouraging is that for us as Packer fans? It's already having an impact for the Packers. You see that they're getting results. They took these guys to the Badger Athletic Performance. They're doing all the things that they need to get this guy because they know that this guy is incredibly important out in the football field. And a lot of people are like, hey, listen, we are loaded at the wide receiver depth, but pause a second. Okay. I get it. I understand that we've got, so many talented wide receivers out there that it's a great problem to have because when you've got a guy like Christian Watson, who's got talent galore, then when he's missed, that the Packers really aren't missing a beat. That's a great problem to have because imagine a full Packer roster that when Christian Watson is at full tilt, what that's going to do to defenses. Okay, so I was watching some art, some Detroit Lions news covering, and they were just pumped up about the Lions trading ahead of Green Bay. They thought that they stole the Packers draft pick. They thought the Packers were going to go in after Terry Arnold. Of course, it was rumored the Packers were looking at a guy like Terry Arnold, but was that necessarily the guy for the Packers? You know, I don't think so. I think Brian Gutekunst had it in his head who he wanted. He knew he wanted a tackle. He knew he wanted to address the offensive line. So as many fans out there, in the NFC North, whether you're a Lions fan or Bears fan, and you get all pumped up when you see that the Lions drafted ahead of or traded up in the draft to steal Terrion Arnold ahead of the Packers. Good luck, Terrion Arnold, trying to cover a guy like Christian Watson at full tilt. Good luck trying to cover, your Jaden Reeds, your Romeo Dobbs, all of those guys that the Packers have, Dontavian Wicks, Luke Musgrave. You just name it. The list goes on. But the encouraging thing is that the Packers are doing something about the roster that they currently have. They're making everybody better around them. They recognize that this was a major issue for this Green Bay Packer squad ending last season. So they have done something about that. They bring in Aaron Hill. They go and get extra help outside of just the Packer organization with the medical field. They're trying to get at the root cause. They feel like they've gotten at the root cause. So that is super encouraging for us as Packer fans, because we know that, there's going to be those issues throughout the season, and this is going to help minimize that. That's the hope, obviously, in bringing in our new strength and conditioning coach and Aaron Hill. So time is going to tell. I am super pumped. I cannot wait for the Packers wide receivers to absolutely annihilate the NFC North. I don't care. Like I said, the Bears, fifth ranked defense last season. I've heard nothing, from Bears fans. I've heard nothing but, oh my gosh, man, we are going to dominate. We got Caleb Williams now. We already had the fifth best defense out there. Bring it. Absolutely bring it. Because we've addressed our offensive line. So we've got our leader in Jordan Love. He's going to be protected. We went out and drafted two really good offensive linemen. Not just that, the Packers go and get everything that they needed with the Xavier McKinney and then Bullard. I think as I'm super pumped. I think we got the steal in the draft in the 7th round. The Packers have addressed everything out there that they needed to address. And I think time is going to tell where you're going to start hearing, the grumblings from the NFC North. Again, I'm around friends that are fans of the Lions, friends that are fans of the Bears. So it's only going to be a matter of time before you start hearing, oh my gosh, man, the Packers somehow find ways to take these guys in the draft. They always pan out, and the Packers always have a good organization. Again, that starts with Brian Gutekunst at the top, bringing in the right people. Matt LaFleur, one of the best coaches in the league. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. I'm super pumped about Christian Watson. Them hopefully getting at the results that we need out of him. Go Pack, go.